Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club here Sunday evening for a live stream. We are doing the Sunday Sprint Madness Round 2 at Interlagos. With the little Toyota, what are they? Toyota somethings. Toyota SFR Racing Concepts 2016 is a one-make model. We'll have 3 sprint racers of the evening. They should be qualifying now, but I've held up things because I wasn't ready. But yes, they'll be qualifying in any second now and going on to 3 very quick races of 15 minutes to make up a race. We're at Interlagos for 15 turns. It's 2.677 miles, and it's all of that stuff. Skyjacker's leading the championship on 50 points, with Koi Carp in second on 45 points, Ensign Newart's third on 42 points, Jim is fourth on 41 points, fifth is Dan Wolf on 36 points, Pat yet to score, as is Noxie, Flashman, Bandit and Bazza. Who's here then? We've got Skyjacker, we've got Jim, we've got Koi, we've got Dan Wolf and Bandit and Ensign Hewitt. Someone just disappeared, didn't they? Who did I lose? No one, they're all back. Now, they've got to use different tyres in each of the races. They can use soft, medium and hard, is it? I'm not sure of the rules. I can't find them, hang on. Somewhere, I'll find them. Give me a sec. Yeah, they've got to use racing soft, racing medium, racing hard. They've got to use one tyre per race. And in the 3 races, they'll use all the different compounds. They qualify on what they're going to start on, and already you can see there a mixed bag with Skyjacker, Koi Carp and Jim all qualifying on the medium tyre, Bandit going for the soft tyre, and Dan Wolf and Ensign Newitt both opting for that hard tyre for this first, qualifying 10 minutes and 15-minute race. I've got nothing. I wasn't ready at all. I've got no drinks. I've got skipped dinner. This sucks. Hang on. It's too early to do racing. I'm so used to doing it later on in the evening. They're on their outlap, so I don't really need to tell you much about that. I'm going to try and make a coffee or something in between. I don't know what it's like. Sometimes the sound cuts out. I need to find my water as well. Yay, thank you. Oh, God almighty. Hello, guys, how is everyone? So, Skyjacker's in the chat saying, hi, mate. Good evening, sir. And Ensign Newitt saying, hello. Well, evening, it's virtually afternoon still, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not keen on these early starts. I've got too much of a day to do. This isn't my day. This is what I do at the end of the day. So when I'm skipping meals and stuff for it, it's not what I'm up for. Right then, so I can't have dinner afterwards because I've got to go somewhere straight after the race. So not eating, no dinner for me. So Koi Carp's out there. He's the first man on track. He's out there on his flying lap at the moment. Bandit next. He's on those soft tyres. These Toyotas look really awkward to drive, don't they? They don't look fun. Not like the little Max 5s. From an outside view, I mean, they just seem lurchy. Like the suspension is just, I don't know, soft or something. There's something about them when they go into a corner. They just look pointy and irritable. When you see the Max 5s, they look poetical, majestical going into corners, but these Toyotas, they look awkward. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but look at it. It just looks like it's a boat trying to make a turn in the water. It's yeah. These guys, they said they're fun. They've been driving them around. They're a bit understeery, but they're not bad. They're not bad. I haven't driven one myself. I don't even think I own one. I don't even know how much they are. But yes, they look awkward. They look awkward to point into a corner. Speeds are all right though, isn't it? A ton. I don't know if they've got like sporty gearboxes, because I don't think there's any kind of tuning done on them or whatsoever. So if it's just a normal road car, which it's not really, because it says it's an SFR racing concept, so they should have a racing gearbox in there. They should go for some. Koi Carp is your man on pole at the moment with a 1:39.5. Bandit on those soft tyres though. He has crossed the line. He hasn't managed to go faster than Jim or Koi. They're both on the medium tyres. Ensign Newitt on third fastest with his hard tyres. So Bandit must have made a mistake on his lap. Dan Wolf has gone fifth fastest, and Skyjacker, that is not what you'd expect from our man Sky out there. A 1:51 on those medium tyres. Overcooked it in a corner, me believes. So Koi, he's your man on pole. He's second in the championship, so all is good in the Koi Carp camp at the moment. And he'll be wanting to get himself a win here. He's only 5 points adrift of Skyjacker. Got a win last week, and Skyjacker got 2 wins. I love the championship table. We usually have really fancy tables, and this one is not that fancy. But I like it. I like it because it's not fancy. It's easy to read, to tell you the truth. It's white instead of black. So, yeah. I'm loving the new style tables we've got. I don't know if that's the one on the website. I'll have to go and check. If you want to check, it's www.virtualracersclub.co.uk for all our latest up-to-date tables. So Koi Carp again, fastest man out there. No one can hold a torch to this man. Bandit finally gets a run in with those soft tyres. And yeah, Bandit looking strong for the race ahead with those soft tyres. He wants to get off of pole pretty swiftly, get a shift on whilst they're all going a bit slower on their mediums. Old Skyjacker has also put in a competitive time now. He's 7 tenths ahead of Koi Carp, only 700ths off of Bandit's time. It's very tight, Koi Carp. He's gone faster, both flying laps. Is there more in this little Toyota? He's slinging it around. I don't know where all the guys are. I mean, I know Pat said he was going to miss the first 2 rounds because he's got conflicting. I think he's taking part in the Sunday Night League. And is it SNL? Sunday Night League, I think that's what it's called. Where fun gets serious or something like that. I can't remember what their slogan is. Something to do with fun. The fun stops or the fun starts. Fun gets serious. Seriously fun. Maybe it was seriously fun. I think it's seriously fun. So Koi, I'm not taking the mick out of it. It's fine. Seriously fun sounds great. Sounds like a slogan that Nike would come up with. Or McDonald's. Come and join our Big Mac group. It's seriously fun. Right then. So Bandit still going faster. Oh, thank you, my dear, my love, my sweet, my heart. Ah, cool. So Bandit 700 still ahead of Skyjacker. Do we think Skyjacker could find that extra little bit to get himself ahead of Bandit? Not on that lap. He cannot. Ensign Newitt's gone faster. He's on them hard tyres, remember, him and Dan Wolf, so they can't hope for too much. Lower down the grid order, Jim on the mediums, as is Koi and Sky. So they're in position. They're in the positions of their tyres. So Bandit is making his way around. The only man on soft. I like how his car, it's a bit flamey, isn't it? Is that smoke? Is that smoke on the water for Bandit? It's a nice design though. It's a nice texture. Skyjacker in the Monster Energy Toyota. He's coming across someone on track. He's just asking a little too much from the car as he makes his way past Dan Wolf. think that is... Who's in the white car just ahead of him? Is it Jim? No, it's Ensign, I think. Yes. So we've got 1 and a bit minutes left. Bandit's gone faster again, putting it out of Skyjacker's reach. We saw Skyjacker having a small off, so I can't imagine he's going to be able to close that gap up on this lap, but he will have one more lap to have a crack at it. Ensign Hewitt hasn't gone any faster. He's crossed the line, nor has Skyjacker. No one seems to be getting any more out of the car at this point, but the tyre wear is on, so I mean, yeah, the tyres will be going away from them. Less grip. That water looks lush in the background. Could go for a dip. And we're just watching Coy making his way around. He's getting to the tight section of Interlagos. Coy still making his way around Bandits. Who's close to the line? Anyone? It's going to be that person. Oh, it is Coy who crosses the line first. He's winding it up the hill to see if he can get at least ahead of Skyjacker. That's his closest competitor in the championship. 5 points apart. Both took wins last week. And Coy heading towards the line on his racing mediums. He goes faster, but not fast enough. Next is Bandit on pole. And he goes faster again still. Skyjacker, he's just coming up the hill, but he is the next to cross the line. Hey, up. Do they get another lap? No, they're flashing. So Skyjacker, he's got purples. Can he steal pole right near the end here? He does. Poor old Bandit. Didn't see that one coming. Jim goes faster, but does not go anywhere else. Ensign Hewitt does not go faster. And Dan Wolf, 2 seconds adrift of Ensign, is looking to make ground, and he doesn't. So that's the qualifying. We're going into the first race. 15 minutes of high-octane racing. Oh, there's one more here than was last week. It says 6. We only had 5 last week. Wonder who's here. Oh, Bandit. Bandit couldn't make it last week. So Bandit starts second, but he's on them soft tyres. So he's got a good run against Skyjacker. But Skyjacker is our pole sitter. 15 minutes of racing here at Brazil Interlagos. The lights are out and they're off. A lot of wheel spin there from Jim, but Jim's got a good start. He seems to have got a good start, even with that wheel spin. Koi Carp coming up alongside Bandit, and Bandit loses out. Bandit's starts are not too hot. He's seen him a couple of times lose a position or two off of the start line. Skyjacker, though, the man who can, is leading the way with Koi Carp right up his J derriere. And Bandit on them soft tyres, probably thinking he's got to sit back, enjoy the tyres, make them last a bit. He's wiggling a bit in that corner though. And behind him they've got Jim and Ensign Hewitt toughing it out. Jim's on them medium tyres, Ensign on the hard tyres. Ensign's made the position up, and Dan Wolf's having a look as well. My gosh, camera's awful. There we go. So Dan Wolf right there behind the Jim, and Ensign Hewitt just getting a move done on Jim, and he's looking to get a move done on Bandit. And the tyres mean nothing at the moment in this race. Skyjacker half a second ahead of Koi Carp, and they've made it up a second ahead of a Bandit. Ensign Hewitt just tucked up behind Bandit, and Jim just tucked up behind Ensign Hewitt. And Jim is getting himself set up, ready to get a move done as they go up the hill, flooring it all the way, getting in the toe of Ensign Hewitt. He'll have more grip come the first corner. He can brake a little later than Ensign with those medium tyres. But the toe isn't really doing much for him at the moment. Now it is. Look at him. Big gains, big gains. Yeah. ripping down the gym. Got some big gains going on there. He's late on the brakes. He's made the move and it's done. Jim up into 4th. Awesome stuff. Ensign Hewitt, he's got another lap to sit on his tail, but he's on them racing hard tyres, remember. Bandit, meanwhile, 1 second behind Koikarp. Koikarp, 2/10 behind Skyjacker. So Koikarp's tyres getting in the zone. He's warmed them up nicely. He's closed up to Skyjacker, although Skyjacker got through that corner lovely and was a little bit slidey. And that's let Bandit get back within tow range. He's going to get a tow off of these guys. In the chat, someone called Racer Brown. Hello. Racer Brown, what round is this? It's round 2. Did I not write it? It's only round 2. Whoever you are, I've forgotten. I've not seen you around for a while. I think going on holiday Greece is acceptable. Jeez. Take your PlayStation with you, don't you? I'm joking, Racer Brown. So Skyjacker out there at the moment, owning it. Koikarp a second behind him. Bandit closing the gap to Bandit. Jim's managed to shake off Ensign Hewitt and gain a bit of time on him. And Dan Wolf, he's out there, but he's just a little bit off the pace of these guys. So Jim, 3.2 seconds off Bandit, but Bandit's tyres may go out. We'll have to see. And he's all up in Koikarp's business now. Is Bandit on board with the Bandit? He's going to get a good drive out of this corner. Get on the toe, and Koikarp trying to defend best he can. They're side by side, but you imagine Bandit's got better grip to get to the apex of the corner first, and he does. He's up into second, and it's just Skyjacker he's got to face off with now. Skyjacker a second ahead. We are 4 minutes into this 15 minutes race, and Racer Brown in the chat saying, I've only just come on and I would have taken it, but you know what the wives are like with luggage, lol. Oh, the PlayStation. Sorry, yeah. He would have taken it, but, you know, he's blaming his wife. Terrible. I bet she's lovely. I bet she's like, please, play your PlayStation. You do my edit. Just like mine. H2O. So much better than Red Bull. So Skyjacker, he's a second ahead of Bandit. And Bandit's half a second ahead of Koi. So Bandit, we saw him get the move done. Yeah, it was down at the bottom of that hill on Koi. But Koi keeping with him because it's all about tyres. You don't know in 15 minutes how those tyres are going to last. Jim's only 3.4 seconds, but he's pulled out even more time on Ensign Hewitt. But Ensign Hewitt is on those hard tyres, remember. Jim on the mediums, and it could go any way. I fancy Bandit, to tell you the truth. Skyjacker's doing a solid job out in the front there on his medium tyres, but Bandit's going faster and faster each lap. A 38.8 from Skyjacker last time around, 38.5 from Bandit, and he is closing that gap. It's getting rather exciting. Koikarp, third place, 1.5 seconds adrift. He can't live with the two ahead of him, and Jim's closing in. Jim, did he look after his tyres a bit better at the beginning? I mean, I'm saying tyres. In a 15-minute sprint race, tyres don't usually go off. They're usually quite good, unless it's got high tyre wear. Has this got high tyre wear? Let me try and find you the tyre wear. I saw it somewhere when I was poodling around. No. Oh yes, tyres at ×3, fuels at ×5. So easy. But Bandit is definitely closing in on Skyjacker. And he's going to turn this into a race before we get to that checkered flag. Koikarp, another second drop from them guys ahead of him. And Jim he's closing slightly, but not enough He needs to close right up. 39.7 from Koikap that last time around. Jim at 39.4. Ensign Newart's gone wide. But he's got a good 20-odd seconds on poor old Dan. Someone's going to have to take Dan under their wing, isn't they? Get some pace out of him. He's got the pace. We've seen him with the pace. It's just getting that consistency. So Skyjacker 6/10 ahead of Bandit now. It's getting juicy up at the front. Bandit closing the gap on Skyjacker. He's got it into the 37s. He's got the fastest lap of the race so far. And yeah, Skyjacker, he's clearly going to have his hands full come the end of this race with Bandit all up in his business. On board with Bandit at the moment. We're 3.6 seconds ahead of third place Koikap. So he's lost another second. I don't know if Jim's closed up anymore. No, Jim's lost time as well on Koi. Somewhere. 3.5 seconds. It was down to 3. Bandit 4/10. He's got to run up the hill. He's got the toe. What can he do come the first corner? Can Skyjacker defend against a set of racing soft tyres whilst he's on his mediums? He's come across to the racing line. Bandit following him. He's a little too far back to do anything in this corner. So Sky survives, but Bandit will be wanting to get right on his derriere down this next straight. And he'll be fancying his 2/10 now. So Bandit on the move. He really is closing in on Skyjacker. Skyjacker coming to the inside to get defensive. Comes back out to the racing line. And Bandit there's nothing. He's getting closer and closer, but there's no options for him when he comes into the braking zone. Skyjacker goes wide, and that's the movement. That's the moment that Bandit was waiting for. They're side by side going up the hill, but Skyjacker's got the inside line. Bandit's just slightly ahead though, and Skyjacker again now slightly ahead as they go into the corner. Bandit around the outside, clinging on with those soft tyres, but Skyjacker goes up the inside and takes the corner, and Skyjacker still leads this race. But Bandit knows he can make mistakes. We've seen there's mistakes to be made there. Koikap still holding ground against Jim, losing time on the guys ahead of him, but he's not losing too much to Jim, although Jim has gained a couple of tenths on him now, and Koi might start feeling some pressure from behind. Meanwhile, Bandit, he's going to try and go for it again up the hill. We've got 5.5 minutes left of racing. And Racer Brown saying, Bandit, stop revving it out. Don't rev it out, my friend. You're losing time with that screaming. There you go. Get them gears changed, lad. So, Skyjacker has managed to pull away up the hill slightly on this one. And Bandit chasing him down, looking for an opportunity in this race. Koikap 2.7 seconds ahead of Jim. Ensign Newark on those hard tyres just could not put a fight up, and nor could Dan. Dan off the road again on the hard tyres, no grip on those hards, and Bandit looked like he had to do some avoiding action to the back of Skyjacker there, and he's cost himself a bit of time. And Skyjacker again surviving on those medium tyres, looking solid for his third win in this tournament after taking 2 wins in the first round. And Skyjacker absolutely lauding it. Bandit, though, making a fight for it. And Jim coming with a late challenge against Koikap. What can he do? Tyre wear looks exactly the same on the pair of cars. So Koi, he just has to do some neat and tidy laps, and he should have a definite podium there. But Jim is on a serious move there. He's lost a little ground to him again. Ensign Newark all on his own. Bit of a lonely race on those racing hards, but he won't have to put the hards on again in this round. So whilst these guys will have to use the hards, he will not. Good stuff for Ensign Newark. Good tactical move. So Skyjacker 1.3 ahead of Bandit. Bandit, he doesn't look like he's running out of time, doesn't it? It looks like he's lost that edge that he had on Skyjacker. He's trying to close back in again. They're nearly 5 seconds ahead of Koi Carp, who's 3 seconds ahead of Jim. Jim did a 39.5 his last time around, 39.4 from Koi Carp. Ensign Ewart, he's doing 40s on his hard tyres. And Dan can do a 42, but he's just a little bit off the pace there, I'm afraid. I don't know. Really. We talked about his late break-in in the last round. See if that could help him smooth out those lap times, but it doesn't seem to have done. 2 seconds now Skyjack has got on Bandit. Bandit, I'd say he's losing time, but he's not Koi Carp's not catching him in any such way. And Jim is not catching Koi, so maybe there is tyre wear out there affecting their lap times, but they're not gaining on each other. Oh wow, Skyjack is flying away from Bandit. Absolutely took a good nearly 3 seconds out of him in that lap. With only 2 more minutes left of racing, we might get 2 laps. We might get 1 lap and another lap. He crosses the line with 1:46 left. So it's Skyjacker, and it might be Skyjacker alone, having to do that final lap. Bandit might join him. Koi Carp, though, I imagine this is going to be his final lap. Podium is in his reach, and I imagine he would be pleased about a podium, keeping Skyjacker in view of the championship. Jim 3 seconds behind. There's nothing that Jim can do at this point in the race, I'm pretty sure, against our man Koi. And Bandit 4 seconds adrift. Bandit really struggling with something out there in these last couple of laps, as Skyjacker stays solid here at Interlagos for race 1 of round 2 of the Sunday Sprint Madness. And it looks like Skyjacker is slam dunking this one all the way home. Koi Carp 3.3 seconds. He is catching Bandit, but I don't think there's enough time for Koi Carp to get it done. But he is 3.5 seconds. He's pulling big chunks of time out of Bandit at this point. And Bandit must be struggling with something to do with tyres, I guess. 20 seconds left on the clock as they come up the hill. I imagine Skyjacker's going to get across the line to get another lap in. 12 seconds, 10 seconds. He crosses the line with 7 seconds still to go. Will the flag come out for Bandit? Is this it? A second place for Bandit? It is. Not. Koi Carp finishing in 3rd. Take a boo, my son. With Jim coming home in 4th. Ensign Ewart grabs himself 5th place in this race. And there he goes. He doesn't have to do the hards anymore. And Dan Wolf coming around for that 6th place. Skyjacker, meanwhile, and Bandit still doing another lap. And it's up to 8 seconds now. Bandit is just poodling around now, I think. Dan Wolf coming up to the final corner. Car 15 up the hill. And a great drive. It's hard work. These cars look difficult, and the tyres, hard tyres, are never nice. Never nice, no matter what car you put them on. So Dan Wolf comes up towards the line to grab himself a solid 6th place. Skyjacker, meanwhile, out there living it large, living la vida loca, inside, outside, yo, living the vida loca or something. But Skyjacker coming up the hill to take his 3rd win from this championship, his 1st win in this round, to add to the 2 from round 1. Sweet stuff from Skyjacker, great drive. And Bandit put up a good fight there in the middle, but I think tyre wear got him at the end there. And he crosses the line for a solid 2nd place, though. Brilliant podium from the Bandit. Excuse me. And there he is. He's got a trophy and he's got a coral reef, whatever their things are called, that you go around your neck. And now we'll go to the race results. For your official standings, Skyjacker takes a win as a Bandit gets second, Koi Carp in third, Jim comes home in fourth, Ensign Hewitt in fifth, and Dan Wolf is in sixth place. Bandit got your fastest lap though with a 1:37.754. And that is a solid job by Bandit on those soft tyres. Now it's going to be all changed. They've got to change their tyres over for race 2. And Turtle saying that done second for the time, lol. I'm not sure what that means, that darn second for the time. Oh, he might have said. I knew I had change. Too bad it didn't work. I knew I had to... I don't know. Where's my glasses? I don't know. I ain't got a clue. They've lost. They're there. I should wear them. So here we go then. Let's have a look. There's not a time, but I'm going to scoot off and have a fag because I'm gasping. And, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here. We'll just go to view. Look at them in the pits. Yeah, I'll be back as soon as I can. Hi again. We're coming back for race 2 of round 2 here at Interlagos in the Sunday Sprint Madness in those little Toyota SFR things. In the chat, what we got? Where are we? I had one chance to overtake. Oh, here we go. Turtle. He went over the starting line with 1 second to go. That's what he meant. Ah, yes. He had half a chance to overtake Sky. I tried, but he kept the door shut. Yeah, well, Sky never leaves doors open. He wasn't born in a barn. He keeps them doors nicely closed. Skyjacker, you should have said, I would have left it open for you. Skyjacker also says, softs or hards to have on. Race around, how many rounds in this? 8. Oh, look, Racer Brown's getting itchy. Hards. Turtle, lols, kept the door perfectly closed. Good defending. Skyjacker, these cars are fun to drive, slidey, but grippy at the same time. If you keep it happy, there is grip for days. Push too hard and they slide. There you go. And 6 left after this one. Racer Brown, sweet. Might put name down. He's getting itchy. He's getting itchy fingers because he hadn't raced for like 2 weeks. Oh, hang on, I've got to get rid of the big numbers. He hadn't raced for like a couple of weeks, so he's itchy. He just wants to enter anything. Hey, Racer Brown. I'm here. So, Ensign, you were in the chat saying he left one open last Sunday. Oh, the door. Did you get past him, Ensign? Skyjacker, too late RB. Turtle saying the Torque is awesome. It is a fun car to drive. There you go. I might have to buy one. And Skyjack saying, I did, Ensign. He did. But yeah, I might have to buy one just to pop around. Is it worth getting my rig out? Are they that good? At the moment, we're decorating the kitchen, so everything is bedlam around here. It's awful. I was painting walls like minutes before I came on. Well, no, I cooked the kids' dinner. My wife cleaned up the kitchen while I dawdled around. But the I took 5 minutes. Decorating was doing my nut in. I hate decorating, man. It's the worst. So, who's going to win then? Let's have a look. Tyres. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Dan Wolf. He's opting for a medium. He's got the hards out. He's going hard, medium, soft. He's keeping it in order. Koi Carp. He looks like he's trying out a set of softs for this middle race. And that means he'll be left with the last race out on the hards. See now, because it's reverse grid, I wouldn't use the hards in the last round. Because you might finish near the back. And then you're going to be at the front for the third race and you'll have soft tyres. That would be my way of thinking about it. Dan Wolf, he's going to be on pole with his medium tyres. Skyjacker, he's going to be at the back with hard tyres. Koi Carp, soft tyres near the back, middle of the pack. Hard tyres for Jim, hard tyres for Bandit, and medium tyres for Ensign. So it's a mixed bag out there before we start. And in the chat, we have Ensign Hewitt telling Skyjacker he's still done me though. Racer Brown saying I'm getting itchy toes, feet, lol, can't wait to get back. And Racer Brown saying lol Skyjacker because he said he wasn't allowed to enter. Because Skyjacker's got this championship wrapped up already from round 1.5. There is other people to come. Noxie's Pat. Basil won't be in until nearly September. So we're going for race 2. We're being asked if we're ready. You can't beat him sometimes, so just to irritate him, I'm going with him on the Y's and R's. I'm a beaten man. I've decorated a kitchen all weekend. It's been awful. Horrendous. So there we go, the final started. No gaming. I've not been able to play any of my Fallout 4. It's been shocking. So that looked like an early morning race. This one, well, they've still got the headlights on, so it's still not full sun yet here at Interlagos. I don't know if we're getting any wet races. He hasn't mentioned anything about wet tyres. I think he's kept it simple. No wets. No wet races. So Dan Wolf on pole versus Ensign Ewart alongside. Ensign, they're both on the medium tyre. We've got Jim on the softs as well as Koi Cup. So they might try and slip one in there. And they've got every chance as they pull away from the grid for the second time here at Interlagos. Dan Wolf going high. Ensign Ewart's going for that inside line against Dan, and he gains, and Dan, where's Dan? Dan's gone. Oh, Dan went wide. He went very wide. So Ensign Ewart is leading with Koi Cup up into second, Jim in third, Skyjacker on his hard tyres, and Bandit also on hard tyres. They're with him, and Dan Wolf, he slipped back a little bit after that first corner mistake, and Ensign Ewart tearing away. He's nearly a second ahead of Koi, but Koi is on the softer tyres, so Ensign Ewart is going to have to use all his mad skills to try and keep Koi Cup at bay. Jim's got Bandit and Skyjacker both running alongside him. That is stressful in anyone's book, but Jim has kept hold of it. But Skyjacker's going for the inside line there in the hairpin, and he's made it through. Unbelievable stuff on those hard tyres. Jim's just got to be a little patient, though, with those soft tyres, and I reckon he can have him back. And there's a malaise down here with a Bandit, and Dan's back in the shout as well. Skyjacker is trying to fend off Jim. Jim is all up in his Biz Watt, and he's looking to get that position off him. Jim, he finished on the podium, did he? No, just off the podium. So Jim would like to give himself a podium here against Sky. And let's have a look up at the front there, how Ensign Ewart and Koi are fighting it out. Koi got a win last week in the middle race as well, so he's going for that same thing. He's going for a move up the inside of Ensign Ewart on those soft tyres. He gets it to stick, and now Koi Cup is leading this race with Ensign Ewart right behind, but Ensign Ewart on those medium tyres. It's going to be a struggle to stay with him. Skyjacker keeping Jim very busy, and Jim looking to get a move. Jim around the outside, it's not there. He's got to stay right on the tail of Skyjacker and try and get that move done up the inside somewhere. Bandit staying with him. He's also on the hard tyres, having a great race there. Koi Cup leading. He hasn't shaken Ensign Ewart off just yet. So Ensign Ewart keeping Koi Cup honest out there in front, and they're breaking away. They're 3 seconds ahead of Skyjacker, who's on the hard tyre. And Ensign Ewart just a little sloppy coming out of that corner, going a little wide. His medium tyres not as sticky as Koi Cup's softs, and Ensign Ewart just trying to stay with the Koi. We did see that Bandit dropped off a little bit on those soft tyres in the last 2 laps of race 1, so maybe if Ensign Ewart can stay close to Koi, then the tyres might go away for Koi as well. We will have to wait and see. Skyjacker, meanwhile, still holding on to that podium position, but this is the best move that Jim's got. Opportunity, getting a toe up along the straight. Oh yeah, beautiful stuff. Skyjacker staying on the inside. He's closed that door. Early doors. Can Jim do it around the outside? He's trying. Oh, just couldn't quite get it staying alongside Skyjacker. Small bit of contact there. And Koi Cup, meanwhile, 8/10 ahead of Ensign Ewart. He's got the fastest lap as Koi Cup with a 37.7 ahead of Ensign Ewart's 38.7. So Ensign Ewart lost a second in 1 lap to the soft running Koi Cup. Skyjacker, meanwhile, still losing time on them, and Jim's lost a second, and now he's got Bandit for company. Bandit trying to make his way up to Jim. Meanwhile, not a track I think Dan likes. Dan Wolf having a mare here at Interlagos. Meanwhile, Koi Cup 1.5 seconds ahead of Ensign. Ensign throwing it off wide. Ensign, don't drive mad. Don't drive like a lunatic. Just stay nice and clean. and calm. But Ensign Ewart pushing hard on his medium tyres. Skyjacker, he's done a fantastic job, and he's a second ahead of Jim. Jim was all up in his business. Jim should be faster on those soft tyres, and I think Skyjacker's got into his head, with Bandit only a second behind. It's still quite closed up there. They're 8 seconds behind the leader, but he is on the soft tyre and he's tearing away. Look at him, 2.5 seconds lead out there at the moment, with Ensign Ewart in second place, Skyjacker third. And I tell you what, well, no, I don't think there is an in-car view. Sorry, bro. I tried it last week and it wouldn't go in-car. No, it's just a bonnet view, I'm afraid. No in-car with these little bad boys. I don't know why. They've got a cockpit, so I wonder if you can go in-car if you actually drive them. Koi Kart, meanwhile, is nearly... So he's only he's still 2.5 seconds. He's not pulled any more out on Ensign Ewart. 9 minutes left of this second sprint race. Skyjacker 4/10. Jim's on a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. Jim closing in. I'm gonna have to learn the lyrics to that song because I only know the first one. And ooh, mama said knock you out. Mama said knock you out. So sorry, I was listening to them because they were talking about Baby's Got Back song. It's disgraceful. So Koi Kart, 3.2 second lead from Ensign Ewart. Ensign Ewart 3.5 seconds, 3.7 seconds ahead of Skyjacker, but Jim is on Skyjacker's case now. This is where the fight is. Down for the podium. The final podium position is up for grabs between Jim and Skyjacker, and Jim pushing hard now. Looking up the inside, late on the brakes for Jim. He's gone for it, he's committed, and he's made the move. Jim up into a podium position. Can he hold on with Skyjacker now in his tow, where they get into quite a wiggly part, and Skyjacker's going for it again. Skyjacker, last of the late breakers, going for the move of the inside, but Jim's got it covered off. And Jim, a solid drive at the moment for his podium position. He's got 7.5 minutes to endure Skyjacker, and Skyjacker is going to push hard. Where is the Bandit? The Bandit's lost a bit of time there, 3 seconds behind this battle, but he should close up if they slow each other down. Ensign Ewart is 3 seconds behind Koi. Koi does not look like he's anywhere near slowing down. His tyres are solid as a rock. And this one, it looks like it's got Koi Kart written all over it, but Ensign Ewart looks like he's going to get a strong second place if he can. Jim now free of the shackles of Skyjacker, but Jim's lost about 4 seconds on Ensign Ewart, who's ahead of him. Who's also on those medium tyres. There still might be time though. Jim did a 38.3 his last time around, and he's done a 39 this time around. Ensign Ewart, he did a 38.6, you see, so yeah, Jim needs to be going somewhat faster than Ensign Ewart on his medium tyres. Skyjacker did everything he could, but he just does not have the grip with those racing hards. Bandit, 3.8 seconds adrift. And I don't know if there's anything he can do at the moment from that position. Dan Wolf is 14 seconds behind the Bandit. And Skyjacker climbing on the curbs, trying to find every little ounce of speed out of that Toyota to try and close back up to Jim, who's pulled out a second on him at the moment. He's 4.4 seconds behind Ensign, who's going wide again. And Ensign Ewart is pushing so hard in that Toyota, whilst Koi Kart cruising, my friend, with just under 6 minutes left of racing. Koi Kart's got himself a lovely 3.6 second lead on Ensign Ewart, He was 4 seconds ahead of Jim, but Jim is closing that down on Ensign Ewart quite rapidly. It was 4.4 just now, and he's pulled another 4/10 out of him. Hasn't got Skyjacker behind him in his way anymore, so he can concentrate on some nice strong laps to close the gap on Ensign Ewart. And with Racer Brown asking if there was no car view, he said, what a load of poo that there is no in-car view. Barney McGrew. So Skyjacker, he's pulled in a little bit to Jim. 39.0 for Jim. Skyjacker doing a 38.5. So Jim, oh no, he did a 38.8, but Jim, he's not out of the woods yet. He's still got Skyjacker harassing and haranguing him, whilst Ensign Ewart keeps a steady drive there. Looks like he's driving for second place and hoping Jim doesn't catch him up in this race. 4.5 minutes left of racing, and Skyjacker keeping Jim honest all the way. They've really dropped Bandit in the last couple of laps, and Dan Wolf, he's still going a bit wide. He's just too fast. I suppose now he's trying to say he's not late braking, he's just not braking. Hey Lynx, are you scared? Do you need to go in? He's in the conservatory was all. Just wondered why he turned up in the conservatory. Didn't know if he was telling me, look, it's getting dark and there's foxes. So Coy is out there, 3.8 seconds. Ensign Ewart is second place, 4 seconds ahead of Jim. Jim is a second ahead of Skyjacker. And we've got just 3.5 minutes left of racing here at Interlagos. And the Bandit, second place in the first race, looking good for fifth here in the second race, but he has got them hard tyres, as has Skyjacker, out the way. So Koikart will have to go hard tyres for the next round. Ensign Ewart, he can use a set of softs, I believe. I think he was on hards in the first race. So Ensign Ewart will go to a set of softs. Jim, I think, will have to use a set of hards. Skyjacker will be on a set of softs. And Bandit, I believe, will be on a set of mediums. And Dan Wolf, I think, will be on a set of softs. So Coy, nothing stopping him now. Look at that. Just under 3 minutes of racing. He's 4 seconds ahead of Ensign Ewart, who's 3 seconds ahead. So Jim's pulled out a second on Ensign Ewart. Virtually a second. This is exciting stuff. Come on, Jimbo. I mean, I like everyone, but I like racing. So the thought of Jim coming and catching up Ensign Ewart would be awesome. And Skyjacker, he's dragging Skyjacker along, and Skyjacker has done a remarkable job on those racing hard tyres to stay with Jim this whole race. And there's no sign of Koikart's tyres going away at all. He's holding the fastest lap of the race with that 37.7, and no one's come close to him. And the Red Bull Toyota has got this one all wrapped up. As he crosses the line again, he might be like Skyjacker. He might have to do an additional lap on top, as it was 46 minutes as he crossed the line. He's doing 140 laps. He should have about 6 seconds left, unless he wants to back off, but he's only got 4 seconds on Ensign Ewart, so it's a tricky one. Jim, meanwhile, has still got Skyjacker all the way up in his business. That's seesawing between a second and half a second between Jim and Skyjacker. Ooh, there was a car in front. Oh, and Jim can see Ensign Ewart. That is a tasty thing, but we're down to the final lap. And unless Ensign Ewart does something drastic, like throws it off, and we have seen him going wide in a couple of corners where he's pushing, then Jim might be able to close up to him. Meanwhile, Koikart making his way around. Solid drive from Coy, repeating his position from last week with a win. No, yeah, Koikart got a win, sorry. Lovely coffee. Wife made it for me. Delicious. 5 seconds now. Ensign Newart's only 3 seconds ahead of Jim. Jim's got 9/10 on Skyjacker. It's getting very tight near the end. Koi Carp's going to cross the line. Rido in the chat saying evening everyone. Hi Rido, we miss you. And Koi then coming through. 10 seconds on the clock. He's going to have to do a final lap. Ensign Newart's going to follow him around on that lap, I believe, unless he backs off. He does not. He had 2 seconds left. So them two will carry on. And Jim got through as well. Skyjacker is your first finisher with 4th place. Bandit grabs himself 5th. Or will do in a minute. And Bandit grabbing a 5th place with those hard tyres. So Koi, Ensign, 2.3 seconds. Jim's pulled out another second on Ensign Ewart. And this is a nail-biting ending to the race, especially for Ensign Ewart. He knows that time's dropping. He's only got to cling on for one more lap. But Jim is bringing it all the way. Koi Carp, nice gentle drive to the line. Just got to caress that little Toyota, coax her into the corners. And he's going to get himself another win in this series. As Ensign Ewart looks like he's got enough to stay ahead of Jim. He's pulled out a couple of tenths on Jim. Oh, and Jim will be ruining Skyjacker for being behind him for those couple of laps. So it looks like 2nd place was on the cards for Jim with his pace, but he got caught up behind the brick wall. That is Skyjacker. Koi Carp then coming up the hill to take his 2nd win of this series. A super job done by that man there, the host. And there he goes, racing towards the line, and he takes his 2nd win of this series. Ensign Ewart in the end keeps Jim at bay, and he gets himself a 2nd, and Jim gets a podium. Take a boo, my son. And Jim had a pretty tough race there. Skyjacker at the beginning. There is Koi. No trophy though, for some reason. It's really random, isn't it? But he got the fastest lap, got pole, so that's the Grand Slam, is it not? I believe he was on pole. I know it was only because, was he not? No, he wasn't on pole. Dan Wolf was on pole, so not so much Grand Slam, but you can't do that with reverse races. Let's have a look at the race results. So Koi Carp took your win in race 2. Ensign Ewart in 2nd place. Great stuff from Ensign. He got a 2nd place in round 1 and also a 3rd place. So Ensign Ewart still doing well. Jim getting that podium, which I think he got a couple of those last time around. I'm watching my wife run around with the sweep trying to put the rabbit away. It's my job usually. It's funny. He's a little... She's horrible, that rabbit. So, Jim got your podium, sorry. Skyjacker, a solid job on those hard tyres, fighting with Jim. And he gets 4th in the end with Bandit. Is he still running around? Bandit got 5th with Dan Wolf finishing in 6th. Koi Carp got your fastest lap on lap 2 with a 37.78. 3. Cracking stuff. Cracking racing. Cracking racing by all. Something just changed. Something just changed. I'm sure it did on Discord. That was hilarious. Thank you. He didn't want to go away, did he? So, we only have a short break. Oh, last time we only had a short break. Oh, it's in the admin. Am I going to get told off? Oh no, it's a saga that's going on about the Super GTs. Yeah, there was I'm not going into it, it doesn't matter, but it's just a discrepancy with the rules. Someone don't worry about it, it doesn't matter. It's all an admin thing. So we're going at 8:35. Oh, 10 minutes. Oh, maybe I will go out. In the chat then, Rido saying, I'm working on a return again, just waiting for better Wi-Fi. And Skyjack saying, well done, Jim, great race. And Racer Brown saying, where's Bunny? Rido. disappeared off the face of the earth, hasn't he? They all have. It's very strange. Right, I don't think they've changed the settings. Well, I'll go. Because Skyjacker's poodling around. He's obviously vaped. And he's got out. Right. I shall return before 10 minutes. Not going to be that long. I've got like a nubbin of a fag left, so I'll just smoke the rest of that. Right, I'll see you soon, guys. Yo ho ho, my little pirates. I haven't done pirate commentary for ages. Should crack it out sometime. So Rido says he's got a new job. This is about Bunny. So he is at home. I'm going to have a word with him. So this winter will probably be the return of both of us. And Race Brown saying, yeah, okay, bud. Excuse me, Skyjacker. Testing how good those soft tyres are on the rear of his Toyota. It's not bad. It's not the smooth circles we're used to seeing from Skyjacker. It's usually they're a lot smoother than that. He's a bit out of practice. No, there you go. Getting a lovely little curve. No, he's come out of it. There, nearly. It's just not happening. He's lost the touch, hasn't he? Jim, on a set of hards, what can he do? What can he do on a set of hards? We've seen those hard tyres are not fun, and it looks like it's just... No, Skyjack's going to be on the soft, so it might be just Jim on hard tyres in this final race. I don't know if Koi Carp hasn't tried hard yet. I think Koi Carp's got to go hard. And Bandit, I'm not sure what he's going to be on. So everyone's parked up. We're waiting for that 8:35. Oh, we've got ages yet. Is there anything you want to talk about, guys, out there? Oh, Skyjack is saying he's not doing circles on purpose. Okay. I'm not doing a good commentary on purpose. I never listened to Friday night's one as well, so I don't know how that went. I was a little tipsy on Friday evening stream for the Max 5s. So I don't know if anyone noticed. I think I got away with it. Although later on, I did sort of start drunk Facebooking and was trying to post on Elder Sims Racing's wall. But luckily they've got that thing where the admin has to okay them, and they ain't getting okayed. They weren't mean. They were all love. It was all love. It was all peace and love, telling them how wonderful they were. They shouldn't stop racing and just that sort of drunkenness. But they never got... Muddy. Koi is saying, you can tell RB he's banned from this league, I think, Skyjacker. There. Circles. Sorry, man, I wasn't watching. And Race Around saying lol, and Koi saying, tell the ESR boys to come join us. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're interested in it. I think there's beef. I don't know if there's beef. They did the team. No, it was. I was telling them to get in touch with you. In fact, Koi, I tagged you in it and said, get in touch with Koi. Let's have a team v team before you all close your doors and stuff like that. But I'm sure Nick probably read that on Saturday morning and just thought he's still a dick and deleted it, which is probably for the best. Who wants that? Who wants someone from another club telling them not to stop racing? It's ridiculous. Right, we're one short. Oh, that'll be Koi changing his tyres. Getting ourselves ready for the next race. Here we go. Skyjacker doing perfect circles just to prove that he can, because I besmirched his reputation of the spin jacker. And there he goes. Beautiful. It was lovely, Sky. You've still got it. Got no tyres left, though. They're going to pop. So, Jim... Oh, man, I watched Spa today. No spoilers. Don't worry. I'm not going to tell you any spoilers. I couldn't because I fell asleep at about lap 11 and woke up at about lap 40. It was dreary. To say that it was virtually a reverse grid and it should have been very much fun and lots of racing involved, it wasn't. It was pretty boring. Ferrari doing their thing, ruining it for both their drivers best they can, as normal. The Red Bulls are just too darn fast. Although I did enjoy a little bit where Alonso got in Hamilton's blind spot. Hamilton overtook him, but he was in his blind spot. Can you get that? How's that sense? Yes, I saw the Alpine as I drove around the outside of him, and then I drove into him because he was in my blind spot. You knew he was there, you bloody idiot. Jeez. Grid penalties, that's what I'd give him. That was ridiculous. Blind spot. Give him blind spot. He's in my blind spot. Didn't notice him when I overtook him. It's no radar in it, says Skyjacker. Racer Brown said the Red Bull's way too quick, and Skyjacker says no radar for Hamilton. Oh, dearie me. I'm going to use it, though. I'm going to use it. If I ever have a road accident with someone, I'll say, oh, you were in my blind spot. Blind spot. At least he took responsibility for it. I don't think I've ever heard Hamilton ever take responsibility for any kind of accident. It's always someone else's fault. So, yeah, at least he manned up for that one. So we're going to be going anytime soon. 2 more minutes on the clock. Skyjacker, he's absolutely deflated those rear tyres. Into Newitt, he's on the softs. Where's he going to be starting? Second to last, isn't he? He's going to be trying to come through that field on those soft tyres. Our man Dan will be starting on pole. Can he get that first corner? You should practice. Dan, stop on the go. It's too late now because we're getting readied. But you should do a practice start. Stop on the grid and then see where you need to brake in that first corner. My little Chavez. Chavez. Yeah. We know, Skyjacker, you like Y. It's only 2 letters away from R. So it's I don't understand. I'm sure the rules changed. I'm going to get it put in the rules. So then we can start giving out penalties to those Y people. Now there, Koi Kart trying a little spin out on those hard tyres. Not bad. It's not bad. So Ensign Newitt, only one taking practice serious at the moment. And Racer Brown laughing about the no radar on Hamilton's car. And Skyjacker saying, why isn't in rules? That's what I'm saying. I might push for it. I'm quite friendly with the boss. I'll have a word. Say, look, this Y business, it's not on. It's what everyone else does. I don't know what other groups do to indicate they're ready. So there we go then, for one final time here at Interlagos for round 2. Dan Wolf on pole with those soft tyres on. And he's got... Oh, hang on. Bandit just behind him. Oh, what? With the mediums. So Dan Wolf on pole. And it's a go, but he was a bit slow off the line, and it looks like Bandit's going to get that position from him. Skyjacker leapt right in there, wasted no time, and Skyjacker on those soft tyres, he's going for his second win of the day, and Bandit's there on his inside, but Bandit's got medium tyres, he's going to struggle to stay with him. Dan Wolf's right in there as well with the boys. And Dan Wolf giving it large with Jim on the racing hards behind him. He's got Ensign Ewart on the softs and Koikarp at the back on the hard tyres. How will this race pan out? 15 minutes of pure adrenaline in the Toyota SFR racing concept, and Skyjacker sliding. Jim's had a bit of an issue as well. It all kicked off in that corner. Let's have a look. Skyjacker slid into the corner. Bandit, Wolf looked like he went wide. Koikarp's there, Jim's there. And it looked like Jim had lost the car a little bit, and Ensign Ewart is right at the back, so Ensign Ewart must have had issues as well. Unbelievable stuff. And Skyjacker's got himself nearly 2 seconds on Bandit, who's got Wolf all over him. The Wolf hunts in packs. Koikarp on those racing hard tyres could sneak a podium here with all this bedlam going on around him. Dan Wolf trying his hardest to stay on the back of the Bandit, and the Bandit on the medium tyres, he's got very fast. Dan Wolf going for the inside there, but he thought better of it, and as he slowed himself down too much because Koikarp was having a look, and now they're door banging coming up the hill. Dan Wolf was probably in Koikarp's blind spot. And Bandit in second. Skyjacker's just disappeared. He's like, see you later, alligator. Won't want to be ya. And Koikarp and Dan Wolf side by side all the way up the straight, but Koi's got the inside line on Dan, but Dan's still there trying to come through on the inside of the second corner. And no, Koi is up into third place with Dan Wolf in fourth. Jim on his racing hards doing well in fifth, and Ensign Ewart on the softs. You'd expect him to be flying after that second race, and he's not quite got it together with those soft tyres. He's not been able to rage hard like this man. Skyjacker out there leading, doing a superb job in this championship. Racer Brown saying, I know CC Sim, just say ready up, and if you're entered you are ready. Oh, that's not bad, but then you need to practice though, don't you? We have people practicing beforehand. So Skyjacker 6 seconds ahead of Bandit. Koikarp keeping Dan Wolf honest and at bay, and Jim is just there on the periphery with his racing hard tyres, hoping to pick up some pieces from fallen angels ahead of him. And Ensign Ewart on a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. Sorry, I can't do two things at once. So Skyjacker is leading the way. Mama Said. That's a different song altogether. Skyjacker leads by 8 seconds now. Koi, Bandit, Dan Wolf's dropped down a position, and somehow Bandit's dropped behind Koi. Koi on those racing hard tyres, on fire at the moment. Bandit on the mediums, Dan's on the softs, Jim is on the hard tyre as well, and he's got Ensign Ewart catching him up. Jim could be in trouble now with Ensign Ewart finally finding the pace on those soft tyres, and he's going for the attack on Jim. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my peers, puffing suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom, explosions overpowering. Over the competition I'm towering, wrecking shop when I drop these lyrics that'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare, you better move, don't ever compare me to the rest, that'll all get sliced and diced. Competitors paying the price. Mama said knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. You get the gist. You get the gist, yeah? I'm sure you know what I'm saying. We're on the same wavelength. So let's have a look then. Skyjacker still leading by 10 seconds. Those soft tyres, no one can come close. Koi Carp in second. Bandit's very close. Bandit going for a move now on the medium versus hard tyre situation here. And Dan Wolf has stayed with them all the way. I've got to say, fair play to you, Dan. I thought things weren't going well in them first two races, but he's got there in third race and he's looking to get a move done on the Bandit. And Dan Wolf up there nearly in third place, taking the fight to the Flying Dutchman, with the Flying Dutchman into the corner, nice and tight, but Dan is carrying good speed through. He's through, but he's wide. Can he get back on track ahead of Bandit? He does. It might be track limitations there. I don't think anyone will know. But Skyjacker 11 seconds ahead of Koi. Now Koi has got Dan Wolf all up in his biz and nas. And Bandit is getting a great view. But Dan Wolf nearly losing the car. Nearly losing his Toyota there. And the Bandit trying. Meanwhile, Ensign Newer and Jim going side by side. Jim's got the inside line and holds ground from Ensign Newer. But Ensign Newer on those soft tyres versus the hard tyres. It's a tough battle for Jim to stay ahead. But we did see Skyjacker manage it against Ensign. I think it was Ensign, wasn't it? Or Bandit, I can't remember. But Skyjacker managed to stave someone off all through the first race. Oh, what's going on there? Something happened. There's all sorts of crashing and stuff. But it started with Bandit, I think. Let's have a look, if we can see. So we're here. Bandit is behind the Wolf, and Koi Carp is ahead of him. We're coming to the first corner. Oh, I think Dan locked his brakes up and Bandit had to slow down for him, and then he come on and whacked into who? Someone else, I think. Whacked into Ensign, possibly. So, yeah, bit of a mess. But that's put Ensign Newer up into third. Jim is fourth. Dan Wolf now is in fifth. And Bandit is in sixth place. And Koi, he's got that, he's on the hard tyres, he's going to get himself second place. Great driving from Koi Carp. Skyjacker at the moment, he's going to be pushing just for fun, for himself. And Racer Brown saying it was Jim against Sky in the second race. There you go, sorry. I've got no memory whatsoever, it's the worst. I just delete my cache every 2 seconds. So Skyjacker masterfully taking this win. We've still got like 7 minutes just under of racing. Koi Carp in a solid second. Ensign Newer on those soft tyres. Can he catch Koi Carp up for that second place? Didn't we see this battle before between Ensign and Koi? Racer Brown said, yeah, that was the first race. Come on. I don't have time to remember it. I'll just say it and then move on. Jim then in fourth on those racing hards. He's got 14 seconds on the Bandit, who's got himself past Dan Wolf. And it just looks like Dan Wolf in the first corner got on the brakes and it caught Bandit out, who gave him a little pop up the butt. And I think Dan Wolf was so desperate to get back on track so quickly, he might have given Jim a bit of a knock, or Ensign. One of those two got a bash, but we didn't quite see it. All of this happening behind Skyjacker. He did not even know, blissfully unaware, out there in the lead of the race for his second win of this round and his fourth win of the championship. There's no stopping this man. Then Koi Carp in a solid second with Ensign Ewart in third. Good podium position for Ensign Ewart. Didn't look like it was going well from him at the beginning of this race. He was some 4 seconds off of the next person up the road. Jim on the hard tyres knew it was going to be a hard call, this race, but he's dipped into a bit of luck with Bandit and Dan Wolf coming towards each other and having a bit of an issue. But meanwhile, Skyjacker on his 7th lap, and he's done 37s all down the board on those racing soft tyres, and he's 15 seconds ahead of the hard tyre clad Koi Carp. But Ensign Ewart did a 38.6 his last time around on those softs. Koi Carp did a 39.5, so nearly a second faster was Ensign Ewart. He's only 3.2 seconds behind the Koi, and we've still got plenty of racing to go, 4.5 minutes. So Ensign Ewart still a chance for second place here, and Jim coming along with him. See if he can pick up any of those pieces. Jim's on the hard tyre, as is Koi Carp. It's down to 3 seconds now with Ensign Ewart. He's digging deep. Is young Ensign. We saw him and Koi battling for the win, was it, in the last race? And Koi doing what needs to be done to get that second place. Skyjacker absolutely tearing away with it. And Koi in second with Ensign Ewart. He's pulled out some more time on Koi, gaining a little bit more on the Carp. Jim, solid drive. There's not much Jim can hope for in this race on those racing hard tyres. Bandit and Dan having their own personal battle down there in 5th and 6th, as Jim heads to cross the line for his 8th lap. It's down to 1.6 seconds now between Koi and Ensign Ewart. Koi doing a 39.9 his last time around. Ensign Ewart a 38.1. It's getting tight with less than 3 minutes of racing to go here at Interlagos for round 2 of the Sunday Sprint Madness. Serious fun, with Skyjacker leading. Funny serious. No, it's got to be different. I'll give it a thought. I'll work on it for our Sunday night slogan. Just do it. The Sunday Sprint Madness. Just do it. Or I don't know. What do you think? Just do it? Does that work? Mama said knock you out. There we go, the Virtual Racers Club, the happiest place on earth. That one, does that work? No? We could do the Sunday Sprint Madness, just do it. Oh, I like this one. The VRC, the original. If your grandfather hadn't worn it, you wouldn't exist. Doesn't work, but, you know. The VRC, there are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's Virtual Racers Club. So Skyjacker is leading the way, 20 seconds. Whoa, 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 Ensign Ewart has caught up Koi Carp. It has happened. And now Koi has really got to dig deep with his racing hard tyres. He's got to make that Toyota as wide as he possibly can. And that sun never did come up here at Interlagos, did it? They used the headlights in all 3 races. But there you see Ensign Ewart desperately trying, 30 seconds on the clock. I think Skyjacker's going to get across that line, but maybe these two won't. So this is going to be his last opportunity to try and get that move done. 17 seconds on the clock. Ensign Ewert's got to get it done sooner rather than later. They might get across the line together to get another lap done. I believe Skyjacker's already crossed the line. He's on his final lap. And 5 seconds on the clock as they come up the hill. Koikap under a lot of pressure. 1 second is run out. And Koikap's got his second place. Has he? He must have done. Ensign Ewert seems too far back to do anything. And Koikap second. Ensign Ewert gets the take a boo, my son. Jim comes home in 4th place with those hard tyres. And Wolfie is ahead of the Bandit. The Bandit, oh, he looks ghosted. So Wolfie comes home for that 5th spot. And it's all points at the end of the day. Skyjacker's still making his way around as the Wolf comes up the hill to take 5th spot. Superb stuff. Brilliant stuff. Bandit, he's ghosted. He's coming home for 6th. And someone tells me he wasn't into that race as much after his little knock with Dan. It was a great battle before that, though. And Skyjacker bringing her on home for his 2nd win of the evening. And something tells me someone's running away with this championship. Racer Brown says, fun day on a Sunday. Racer Brown saying, same time in all 3 races. Oh, was it? Same time of day. Oh, it's the same time of day, that's why. Oh, all right, there you go then. Well done, Racer Brown. You really are. You really do take attention to the detail of things. Whereas I just wing it. And there you go, Skyjacker takes the win for the 2nd time. And no one's managed to do all 3, have they? And let's have a look at him. There he is. What a beautiful man. Enjoying his win with his ticker tape. And such what. I wonder why it's always red, white and blue. It's not even American. It's not an American game. So I thought it'd just be white and red for Japan. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Or they could just take the colours of the car that you won in. I'm sure it's not difficult. So Skyjacker takes that win. Koikap in 2nd. Ensign Ewert comes home on the podium. And this table is going to look interesting come next week. Jim in 4th, with Dan Wolf coming home in 5th. And Bandit in 6th. Skyjacker got the fastest lap time with a 1:37.323. Right then, looking at the chat stream, Skyjacker said loads of fun. Racer Brown saying no, Skyjacker said it earlier, lol. Oh right, did he? Oops. Oh, I missed a few things where Skyjacker saying why is the way. Sorry, Sky, I missed that. And Racer Brown saying Skyjacker said it earlier. Racer Brown saying I'll try next week to get all 3. Go on, Racer Brown, show me how it's done. You've had a week off as well, haven't you? A couple of weeks off. Tuesday evening then, keep your eyes open for our stream, our soda stream. We're coming back with, it's the Super GT, round 5, I want to say. Hang on, one more. VRC, do what you can't. All right then. VRC, the ultimate driving machine. VRC, move the way you want to. VRC, what's in your wallet? VRC, reduce your carbon footprint in style. Which is true, because you're not using any fuel. Oh, I've got it. It's here. Sunday Sprint Madness. Snap, crackle and pop. Anyway, sorry. I'm getting Discord back open so I can see what races we've got this week. No green bloody thing next to MG Max 5 still. It's a massive, massive complaint I've got on that one. So the Super GT. On Tuesday, we will be racing at... Oh, it's not, is it? Oh, it's Spa. And the last race at Spa was really boring. Not us. The real thing. That's going to be fantastic with the Super GT. So if you felt unfulfilled by Spa-Francorchamps today, Then join us on Tuesday where you'll see the real Eau Rouge, not the new Rouge. The real Eau Rouge. And a blooming good race to be expected. Then on Thursday, we're having a test. So come and join us to see what that works out like. It might be awful, it might be good. We'll have to wait and see. And then on Friday, the Max 5s hasn't got a I found it. Don't worry, it doesn't need a green light next to it. That is going to be at Willow Springs, so that is going to be a nightmare for those taking part. And then Sunday comes around again for the Sunday Sprint Madness, Sunday Fun Day, and we will be racing at Big Willow twice in 1 week. What is it? Did someone have a meeting about this? Did they pass 2 Big Willows in 1 week? That's asking a lot from our poor sim racers. Skyjacker said, "It's fine, mate. I am of small significance." Oh wow, that's not very fair. I didn't mean that. And Insinuate saying, "Great comms." Trust me, Skyjacker is not of small significance. Him and Talaran together pretty much keeps this whole show running. So anyway, that's it. I've told you everything that's coming this week. I've given you my words of wisdom. So I was just reading, someone wanted the race shared. Right then, and Racer Brown saying, "Oh, maybe not for the 3, lol." Oh, with Big Willow, yes, I get you. Right then, that's everything. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy your bank holiday. Think of me decorating. And I did it by choice. I didn't even get told to do it. I did it to try and get brownie points, but it's turned out I've had lots of paddies and tantrums, so any brownie points I've gained from doing decorating I've lost through childlike behaviour. Anyway, I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Dixie Wrecked. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. Take care. Peace and love. Peace and Muddy Koi Carp says in the chat, love it. Peace and love. He's closed the room. Didn't even give me a chance. Peace and love. Peace and love. I came late. I want to do my extra 10 minutes that I missed at the beginning. I'm trying to crack on. All right. See you later, guys. It's been wonderful.